Welcome back to Mines and Money London 2021. Alvaro Peralta with MiningIR, and with me today I have Robert Dixon, Managing Director at Dundee Goodman. And a little different than talking to the regular mining companies talking about all their drills.
Yeah.
You're where they're coming when they want to get going. So tell us a little bit about Dundee.
Well, I'll address that question first. Mining's an expensive business. Drilling's a very expensive business, and so at Dundee, we're a capital provider. So we're the kind of group that is talking to these companies, evaluating their opportunity, making a decision through extensive due diligence that we do. We have a very deep technical team, married with the capital markets experience that we all have, married with the capital of Dundee, and so we're, picking what we see as great value opportunities in the space, and trying to do the best we can with that in terms of an investment. So, yeah.
Well, that's great, because one of the things that happens here at Mines and Money, and one of the things that MiningIR is very passionate about, is actually providing investors with access to information so they can make great decisions.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can share with us what is a little bit of, without going too deep into it, what is a little bit of the process that you have at Dundee for due diligence?
Well, I mean, in the context of this of a quick discussion, I would say, in no particular order, but they're all valuable. One is management, vitally important.
The
team, the CEO, the management. Two would be jurisdiction, where the asset is. Three, the actual, once you've made a discovery, we do a thorough analysis to see if there's a resource there. The quality of that resource, is it ultimately, and I think this is the key thing, is it ultimately going to be a mine? And we're trying to make that determination as early in the piece as we can, because exploration, often you drill a few holes, it looks interesting, or they have some early interesting results, but is it going to be an economic discovery? Is it ultimately going to be a mine? Too early to say. But a lot of the companies here on the junior end, making that determination from an investor's perspective is very, very difficult. And so you need, and this is sort of speaks to what we do at Dundee, you need a team of, I think our combined bench strength is, 200 plus years of combined experience, a lot of battle scars, and a lot of missteps along the way, I have to say. But we've learned from that, and we try our best to pick the winners, and it's not easy to do for the average investor out there, I have to say, so including us. But
I can imagine. It's a very risky space to start with.
Yeah.
And what are you seeing here at Mines and Money London this year?
Well, it's funny, actually, you used a great word, because what we actually do, I would say, is apply our experience and skills to try to de-risk a situation, a company, an asset, as much as we possibly can. Take away the variables that we know and I understand today, recognizing that there's a lot of things about mining which are, Mother Nature. You don't know what's around the corner.
Politics.
Politics. You have to wait for these things to play out before you can really get a good
Pandemics.
Yeah, I mean, funny you say politics. It's a great example. I mean, I can pick, on every continent, certain situations where there's that things like are completely out of your control in the political environment, which are making it very difficult for certain mining companies and certain jurisdictions to actually develop a mining sector. So, yeah.
Exactly. And what is the mood that you're feeling here at Mines and Money 2021?
Well, it's interesting because it is a sort of the water cooler kind of coffee talk. What would this look like given that we have this new variant and we have a pandemic and we're kind of coming out of it? I would say there's a hum about the place, sort of a subdued hum, but a hum nonetheless. I mean, recognizing that most of the Australians, all of the Australians, are not here, and they're a big presence.
A lot of the Canadians are not here either.
Many of the Canadians have, corrected their travel plans, present company excluded, to be here. Yeah, exactly. And then you have obviously basically Southern Africa, obviously not here in the presence that we would have expected. So, from that perspective, it's a little subdued. But I would say there's a real a bit of a cheer. Everyone's happy to be back doing a live event. Many people here I haven't seen in 2 years. So yeah.
Yeah, I see that a lot. A lot of big smiles on people and being excited.
Yeah.
Now you have some exciting duties tomorrow. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So Dundee Goodman is a sponsor of the entire event, but specifically the the pitch battle, which is I think you're actually going to be the. I'm just
I'm
learning
gonna
to
be
be the
MC, yeah.
So you know, a number of companies basically pitching, presenting to a panel of judges, myself being one of them, and the idea there is to give the audience a flavor. I mean, it's high level, but a flavor of the sort of process that you go through when you're making an investment, which is to ask pointed questions to the managements as we would do in a real time meeting
Scenario,
environment.
yeah.
And try to, ultimately when you're looking at 4 or 5 companies, I can't remember how many there's going to be, but you could probably eliminate 2 or 3 quickly, and you end up coming down to 2 or 3, and then you refine, and you make a decision. Basically, in a high level way, that's what we do daily. We're seeing companies every day, every week, and some you kind of write off relatively quickly is because it's not a fit for us. Others require multiple meetings and decisions after that. But
So let's try and give the competitors tomorrow a little bit of a leg up. What would be the top 3 things that you would advise a company to do when pitching?
I would say, at least for me, give us a snapshot of of many of the things we just quickly talked about, recognizing they have a small window of time. Summarize the opportunity quickly and upfront, then go into the detail after. And things that investors are looking for are things like, give us a snapshot of the capital structure of the company, how much cash you currently have, what's the permitting situation of whatever project it is, and give us a sense of the stage. And then jurisdiction, as we mentioned, are you in a prickly country, jurisdiction in terms of politics, or are you in a Nevada in the U.S., for example, which is a recognized A-list. So give everyone a quick summary up front, and then really try to give us a flavor of what mining is about. Turning cards over with every step. And so if you can paint a picture and give us a vision as what this could be, and I reiterate, for us, we're always looking, is this going to be a mine or not? Is this, because there's a lot of one-hole wonders out there, and we're not really looking for that. So yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you on stage tomorrow.
Likewise.
It's been a real pleasure.
Thank you.
And
appreciate it.
yeah, I'm looking forward to your questions at the pitch battle.
Yeah, well, I'll be asking them to you.
I'm glad.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you.